Hackers. What else? GTA 5, which doesn't really count for a 90s thing. Those Ameritrade commercials from the 90s. I don't know. So much stuff. But you probably recognize them more so from being TV brothers on The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Let's get them out here. Danny Tamberelli and Michael C. Maronna.
Thank you. This is wonderful. Thank you for having us.
I am terrified that I'm going to knock over this projector. But you know what?
Stay clear.
I live on the edge, people. That's fine.
Stay clear.
I'll handle it. Just handling it.
How are we, folks?
Sunday night.
So glad that you, listen, I know it's hard. It's Sunday. I'm very proud of all of you for getting off
thank
the
you for
couch.
coming out on a Sunday. I appreciate it.
Scranton,
You know, I know none of us have jobs tomorrow, so that's cool. Well, you know, well, and if you do have a job, you can just tell them to go shove it, you know?
I like
No
that
big
kind of
deal.
job. It's good to have a union. It is.
Sub in, sub out.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I got a couple guys, you know, a couple unions. They just put my name on stuff. So I can come here on the Sunday and hang out. Eat some pretzel bites. No big deal.
God, those are good.
Very good.
Yeah, shout out to the kitchen as well for feeding us. Who wants to watch some Pete and Pete?
Yeah? Okay.
7 people. Let's do this.
No, there was 19, 17,
All right.
7 people, yes.
We'll get right into it. This is a short called Mom's Plate. I'm sure you know this. I'm sure you've seen this.
Whoa, that's the brilliant lighting work here at Stage West.
This is her mom, and this is her skull. When she was 12, she had an accident, and doctors had to put a metal plate in her head. She's okay and everything, but if you're ever at her house for dinner and you hear what sounds like Mexican radio, it is Mexican radio coming from the plate in my mother's head.
Whoa.
Wait, let's just stop for a second here.
I thought this was like a Nickelodeon show.
What do you mean?
Yeah, Nickelodeon, cable TV, all the big, there's no money involved. No, this is a very low budget show, as you can see by this is like a hero insert shot of like the beautiful tattoo. How does that happen with tattoos? You don't just get chunked out.
Why is
Were you like,
Why are they using
you in art class and just like trying to make stuff out of linoleum?
They're using
that little
Dinty Moore
wood
beef
cutter?
stew. This is beef stew from Dinty
That is
Moore.
definitely-
That is definitely Dinty Moore beef stew, 100%.
Also, they could have saved this whole thing with a $3 Sharpie.
Look,
Red
that's
Sharpie.
true.
They had
But
those.
here's the thing. It was a low budget show. There was a point where there weren't enough petunia tattoos to get through whatever we were shooting. So they had to say things like, hey Danny, can you do me a favor? When you take a shower tonight, could you just put like saran wrap on your arm so you can keep petunia nice and clean? Because we only have a couple more of them left. And we really need to get through the week.
This for
Look, if you're a 10-year-old kid, as a 10-year-old kid, you just want to be like, hey mom, guess what? My boss told me I don't have to shower. What do you think about that?
But for everybody around him who had to work with this stench,
Sorry.
Just the arm, though.
not
You
just
know,
the
yeah,
arm.
I know, yeah, everyone talks, that's why I'm a lefty. Everybody talks to me from my left
He
side.
started with a clear bag and worked his way up to a Wonder Bread bag.
Actually, this is so old. Before we shot the actual seasons.
How old is it?
Don't do that.
Sorry.
We don't do that. We don't play that game
Sorry.
here.
I'm so sorry.
Scranton, you people are better than that. You don't laugh at jokes like that.
6 people did, yes. So
Well,
I'll take
no.
that.
You do.
What I'm saying is that this is before we shot the 3 seasons for Nickelodeon,
And
which
this
means
is before
that my
expensive
petunia
CGI.
arm was on the left. But when we shot seasons 1, 2, and 3 of the actual show, it moved to the right. Some people don't know that, but that's real because this is how old that is. That it had switched arms. Hadn't switched arms yet. Yes, that's all I'm saying.
All right.
Or
It's a thing. It upsets me to this day.
it could be that you have always been the evil Siamese twin.
Yeah, well,
Wait a second. I don't know where you're going with this. Is this another Loopers reference?
There were two Siamese twins, each with a petunia tattoo on one of their arms, and that was the only way you could tell them apart.
Did Superman also put you in a mirror and throw you into space? This would be the opposite.
No, I know. That's Superman 2. Get out.
Yeah, okay. It's the door.
Yes.
Back.
Anywho, we're just trying to break the fourth wall for all y'all, so you know the tattoo wasn't real. So don't ask me that at the end of the show. I'll give you clear and present evidence right here. It's not real.
It's real.
Wasn't a thing. It went from one arm to the other. Clearly not real.
I'm willing to
I
sign
was
an
7
affidavit.
years old. Not real.
I will sign an affidavit.
That really is like, you know, might be the biggest pet peeve question someone asked me.
Keep that in
Because
mind.
then I feel really bad afterwards. I'm like, you really thought that was real? Like, do we need to go outside now to talk?
And ask questions appropriately.
Yes.
Nickelodeon presents The Adventures of Pete and Pete, starring Pete and Pete's brother Pete. Today's adventure, Mom's Plate.
What was that? You're pouting? You're not happy?
No, I was dancing. I do the same, you know, some people have stank face when they listen to music they like.
This was like...
Yeah, well, like, you having a bad time, man? Are you having, you know, tummy issues, indigestion? I'm like, no, this guy's sick.
It looks like you learned to dance from watching Peanuts cartoons.
Yeah, you know, that's foreshadowing that I had to move to Brooklyn.
That right there, that shirt is foreshadowing. I was from Brooklyn. I didn't have to move.
Wow, look at that giraffe neck.
Pete's brother Pete. Today's adventure, Mom's Plate.
Other than Mexican radio.
Whoa.
Other
I
than
know
Mexican radio, how about our brothers to the north with that Canadian tuxedo you got on here?
I know.
You're supposed to have the same color denim on if you're going to do it right. You don't have acid wash on the bottom and regular up top.
Being jealous of my extremely high DQ is typical. Denim quotient is typical of people that are inferior in certain ways. I can't understand how when a high denim person is just around existing.
Any C-tuxes in the house? Nope. Okay, moving on.
Died a long
Mom's
time
head.
ago.
Also, you can have that. C-tux.
Mom's head sometimes picks up the police vans.
There's a fire on Elm Street. Maybe we can help.
Nice lady, Judy Graff. Extremely nice lady.
Yes. Yeah, give it up for Judy Graff as our mom.
Yeah.
Please.
After,
She's not here right now, but we're going to tell her that Scranton loved her. Perfect.
after Pete and Pete, she worked for FEMA, making videotapes of recovering communities. I don't know where specifically, but
this is always in the back of her brain. She's like, maybe we can help. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to work for FEMA. Maybe I can help.
flashes right back to here.
She helped me once, too.
How did she help you, Dan?
Well, when I was a child, my dad turned me on to Monty Python, and I thought that was pretty cool. But he wouldn't let me watch Monty Python and the Meaning of Life. Has anybody seen that movie?
Why not?
Yes, okay. Well, the three people that have seen it in this audience, the rest of you, it's a very funny movie about life. It's very good, and they have this very dark, and like people die, and they choose their way of death, and you see it, and whatever. This one person chose to be run off a cliff by a bunch of topless ladies. Why not?
I've never seen the film.
You could? You've never seen the film?
Sorry.
Well, I heard about it, and my dad said I couldn't watch it, and I was griping about it on set, and I told Judy. She's like, that's a great movie. That's a really good movie. Like, you should totally watch that movie. I'm like, yeah, I know, but my dad said there's a scene in there with boobies, and I'm 11. I snuck Total Recall, and there was 3, but I'm not getting into that right now. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just talking about the regular ones.
Unreasonable expectations for women for the rest of
It's
their life.
unreasonable. Very unreasonable. So she said, don't worry, I'll take care of it.
The next Monday.
Yeah, well, I don't know how many days it was. It was definitely more than a day. It took her a little bit of time. But
I'm giving her the weekend.
She gave me a VHS tape that said Monty Python and the Meaning of Life for Danny. And I was like, well, this is contraband now. Like, why did you write my name on this? This is not cool. Judy. I called my buddy Matt. I called my buddy Joe. I called my buddy Dan. I was like, come on over. We're having a sleepover party, and we're going to see some boobies. And we're watching it. And you can see what's about to happen. I'm like, oh, this is it. She cut it out. She gave me a VHS with the entire movie with that scene cut out. What a hardcore, like, fake TV mom move that is. You know what I mean? Like,
This is the 90s. This is the 90s. This is not an easy undertaking.
No, it's not easy at all. How do you get tape on tape?
Back then, you had to back two VCRs up against each other and connect them with jumper cables. If you did it wrong, there was a chance of damaging the bolts. So you lucked out, man. This lady really worked for you.
I know. I still got that tape, and it burns me every time I see it.
Still have the tape.
Judy. Can't seem to throw it away.
Good lady, good lady.
Treat. Maybe we can help.
You two are rescues. Another great.
You're jealous. Just say you're jealous. It's fine.
Why
Moving
did
on.
you want to stop it? You have anything you want to say?
No, I just wanted everyone to take
It's
it.
the denim is screaming
Drink
out
it
for
in.
enamel pins. I know it
Blue
needs
on-
buttons. It needs buttons and pins.
Blue and blue.
And we want to leave her a note. We just stick it to her head with a refrigerator magnet. Also, if we don't know.
That's you.
I laughed so hard when they shot that. I thought that was like the best joke.
This is you coming out as left-handed, actually, too.
That's true. Yeah,
This
that is me
episode.
as a lefty. You can see. And I stole my friend Keith's artwork and I made it into.
You and Keith met in the New York City subway system, right?
That's
So you're
true.
both doing graffiti.
Yes. Mom, I'm at Artie's lifting a cow.
Yeah, you told him
That's
about.
not cause for concern for any parent. No, you're just lifting a cow. That's cool.
Hi, I'd like to pre-schedule a hernia surgery for my 10-year-old.
Well, if we don't know where she is, it's pretty easy to find her. What I like best, though, is when the reception is good.
Moving to the left.
Mom's played Pills and Cupcakes from Chicago.
Okay, I had a hat on. That's fine.
Why
What
did we-
is going on with your hat action there? Go
No, I
back.
was gonna say something about Chicago. Like
Jeremy,
we
go back.
shot it in New Jersey. Why were we excited about the Cubs?
Because that's how powerful the plate was. It could pull in Cubs games all the way.
Right. What are you
from
doing,
Chicago.
Jeremy? Stop doing that.
What are you doing is my question.
That's a mohawk. That's a static electricity mohawk.
Yeah, but-
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
More importantly, though,
It looked like a guy in the old-timey, the guy who makes the sound effects, the old-timey radio show, trying to do some complicated maneuver there.
no, but he's like sticking
Yeah,
his
look.
hand in his mouth.
Clearly, I licked my finger because I had my socks on, and I rubbed against the carpet, and then I touched the doorknob, and then
You
Things
farted?
happen.
Wait, you farted?
I'm just saying that's the only reason that could have happened.
You're in whistle mode right here. You're in whistle mode, and it all
Yeah.
falls apart. Why is it
It's
fun?
unfortunate.
Why's your finger in your mouth?
It's weird. Well,
You
maybe
forgot
I
how
was
many-
trying to whistle because my dad could do that shit. My dad could whistle with his two fingers, and you hear him like 5 blocks away.
It looks like you were trying to do both a two-fingered whistle and this whistle at the same time. You couldn't decide, so you just said, I'll stick one finger in my mouth and see what any sound comes out of that.
Look.
And it did. The crowd went wild.
Let's
so
give
I
him a
guess
round
it
of
worked.
applause. Mom's played.
Well done, mister.
Yes, okay.
Judy was a great mom, really, a sweetheart. Taught us how to love.
She taught us a couple of phrases we probably shouldn't have learned when we were kids.
The phrase pinch a loaf comes to mind. Pinching a loaf.
Yep, we've gone there. What is it, 7:30? We're talking about pinching loaves?
It's a Sunday.
30-somethings here? A couple of 40-somethings here. Sorry.
Scatological Scranton Sundays.
Oh, jeez Louise.
How about another one? Anybody up for Route 34? I said 32 last night, but
You did say Route 32, and it clearly says 34. I don't know how you get your 2s and 4s confused, but I don't know anyone in this audience can help him out with that later. That would be very helpful.
I've been 32
Because
for
he
10
shafts
years
us
now.
at least $2 to $4 every time we split a bill.
video's coming.
Oh, sorry, that's a dad joke. I'm gonna leave.
The way I figure it, even if I got a job eating eyeballs, it would still be better than a
Nickelodeon
job.
would not even spring for edible eyeballs, so I was stuck eating rubber eyeballs, which is why you don't see me chewing through anything because they were impossible to chew. I just had to sort of like wedge them in there full, which did not prepare me for any other job, career.
When I
path.
saw a real eyeball with entrails, I was like, oh, that's what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah, first time I saw one was Kimbo Slice in one of those Spike videos.
Okay. It's a throwback.
Last summer. Seriously. Somehow my brother Pete had got...
Okay, before we get to your, what is, you got a hamburger in there?
Hamburger and tractor, that's the agricultural stuff that I was buying into at the time. Dinosaurs, that's because, you know, I like dinosaurs.
Oil futures. That's
Oil
what
futures, yeah.
Dinosaurs represented.
It's like a loose dollar up there, what is that?
Yeah, no, that's the first dollar I made in the stock market, duh. Everybody keeps them.
Now, a little bit further, Jeremy, if you could key a few frames.
Oh, my brother Pete.
A little more.
Got my job.
That's my dad's.
Hold on. After we lost 3 wardrobe assistants to carpal tunnel syndrome, attempting to cuff Danny's suits, they finally had to bring in a specialized machine.
Look, we went over this in the previous sketch. Here's the thing. We were cheap. Very cheap. Didn't have a big wardrobe budget. They were
He's already...
do you have...
He's showering with a bag on his arm, people.
Like, do you have a suit? I'm like, no, well... My parents are going to be upset because I am Catholic, but I don't wear suits to weddings or anywhere. I just wear normal clothes, so I don't have anything like that. They're like, oh, you're not a Catholic anymore. And I said, that's fine. And they said, well, can you use your dad's stuff? And my dad looks like me now, but back then, you know, I didn't look like my dad, I looked like me then.
How does he have arms that long but with your little neck? I don't understand. I'm trying to figure that out.
No, that's the only bit of wardrobe they could fix. They just put the safety pin in between and I don't fucking know.
That's fair. That's fair. I'd be scared to move too.
Yeah.
Ellen was teaching old people how to air swim. And me, I ended up on Route 34.
Oh, you can pause that for a second.
Thank
you know,
you.
for the amount of money we didn't have on budget,
there was a reason America fell in love with me.
It's your back knee sweat on your jeans, which is disgusting.
Oh, I didn't know that was what you were gonna say, but it's all natural. I didn't need any kind of sprays or anything to make that.
No, you got a line that goes all the way down your butt too. It goes from the top. It was very high. I was lucky because I got to do my shtick inside.
It's not the first time I've heard that from you.
Oh boy.
Anyway, there I was, pushing a mower.
Yeah.
In the world.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, baby.
Look at this cell phone.
You know, it's true.
I believe
it's a dog-eat-dog world, baby.
It's either powered by a D
That's
battery.
when I became an adult.
You're rocking a phone that's powered by a D battery or some nerds. If you open up that compartment, nerds will come out. 2 flavors.
Nickelodeon presents The Adventures of Pete and Pete, starring Pete, Pete's brother Pete, and me, Ellie.
This was rough because I think I got a combination of sunscreen and makeup all throughout this episode because this is like my least. I briefly dropped off the list of freckled actors for this episode completely because they took so many of my freckles away.
You took your freckles away?
You can watch.
Route 34.
Around 107.
They're
Oh my
barely
God, your
there,
freckles
brother.
are gone.
Thank you. You can understand
There's
this.
nothing left.
This was just a function of the extreme sun of New Jersey at this time of year.
Oh, that's what happens when you start sweating
Over that
under
part of the
lights.
country.
They're like, oh, you're a little glossy, and they just keep putting all sorts of makeup on until you're like 3 inches caked.
It's like you've been there before.
Yeah, but I got to keep my freckles.
I get so bored.
Oh God, watch out! Every time I think you're gonna get smashed by that car.
I'll take it
every single time.
Take it.
Wait for it. And
I began asking myself.
no?
I like that that's what you see, but all I see is a lawsuit. Really.
Yeah, wishing doesn't make it so, Jeremy.
I'm just saying that you can't. Look, I don't want to reveal too much of the entertainment industry and
There's
Hollywood and
There's
stuff.
plenty of found footage.
Let me just tell you something. You're on cable TV, you're supposed to have insurance, and that shit is illegal as fuck. Okay? You're supposed to close off a highway and be like, oh, you want to look like there are cars coming? Is there like, all right, roll car 3 and 4, and then 2 and 1 behind them for a minute.
What makes you think that
Those
didn't
are
happen?
real. That's real. You can't do that now. We're underage children. We could have been killed.
As far as I recall, you were doing your shtick inside, remember?
I'm saying, it has
You
nothing
were
to do
not-
with me.
You were not there. You don't know if those are
No.
people are with us.
Trust
or-
me, I've seen the GPS reports, and they're not good. Not good.
I began asking myself deep philosophical questions. Like, do dogs go to dog heaven when they die?
Zero freckles. Zero detectable freckle
Then I
limit.
Wait, do dogs go to dog heaven when they die? Didn't we make this before that stupid cartoon movie came out?
Doesn't matter. All dogs go. Eventually.
That's, I think.
They
what-
just go.
Yeah.
Killer heaven. Then I tried to blow up passing cars with psychic energy. It worked once. Then
Once.
Unexplored storyline, I think. We could have
Yeah.
easily done a half-hour episode about me blowing up cars with my mind.
They were like, look, let's
Never
not do
allowed.
it with you.
Never allowed to
Let's
shine.
do it with a girl and have her turn into a puddle from it's Alex Mack.
I had seen.
That's what happened. That storyline spawned Alex Mack, okay? If it wasn't for us, there'd be no Alex Mack, alright?
I had seen Firestarter, and I'm sure that that's where I was getting my acting inspiration from for this explosion.
I like it every time because it's blown up so big, and just look at that face.
You can actually watch the freckles disappear as they go into my intensity.
Look, no, I can see two. I can see one here, and I can see one over there.
Yeah, whatever they put on my face caused them all to just gather together in fear.
psychic energy. It only worked once. Then the heat would get to me, and I started hallucinating about Ellen. Maybe because she owed me money, but then there she was, with a popsicle and her air swimming cap still on. Hi! I told her I still had 6 miles to go, but she said,
I'll just walk with you a little way.
Okay, real justice. You would have swooped in with a samurai sword and cut that popsicle in half, so we each could have had.
I find that quite selfish of Ellen that she's like, hey, what's up? I have a double pop. You don't get none.
I was
I'm
on the
single
clock,
pop.
you know. I understand she doesn't want to get in trouble.
I told her I still had 6 miles to go, but she said,
She would just
6
be.
miles is a lot.
She would just be contributing to more of those stains, more of those sweat stains. So it's probably good. Maybe you left alone.
Okay, those are not natural. I did have a stunt sweater for this scene.
It's the most disgusting job in the
it's
industry.
the most disgusting. They get the sweatiest person in Jersey, and then they wear your wardrobe, and then right before you're ready to roll, they're like, "You ready?" I don't want this.
I'll just walk with you a little ways then.
Oh, that's one of those endings where we go, oh.
They're friends, okay? They're friends.
Route 34, ladies and gentlemen.
How
Let's
many
get
of
around
you? How many of you had platonic friends as a kid of the opposite sex? Anybody? At least one healthy person in the audience. That's good. She's taken. Sorry, fellas.
So,
Hey,
moving.
fellas.
What?
Hey, fellas. What's going
What's
on?
going on?
Hey, fellas. So this one is creepy on a lot of levels. Pete wasn't horribly creepy, but there are pockets, and this is certainly one
I
of them.
know which one you're going to show, and that's unfair.
Nothing. Can you kill that light real quick, because I can't see what I'm doing up there.
You're good. Well, you're fired. We play by James Brown rules in here. He just got $25 deducted from the $0 he gets from the show.
He owes us.
The beer's good.
He knew he was taking a big risk, but on one cloudless spring night around 2:04 a.m., my brother Pete stared directly into the electromagnetic vortex of a lunar eclipse for a full 11 seconds.
Yeah.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on now. Go back a few.
Tell me one.
What
Go
are
back
you
again.
trying? That wasn't a real eclipse.
Come back up
They,
here, come
they
back
did
up
that with a really good lighting guy.
Right there, right there.
What?
Pete is about growing up. I know it's about kids, fighting against becoming adults and stuff like that. But I think what we just watched here on film is a young man's sexual awakening. Like through the electromagnetic spectrum of a lunar eclipse. Hear me
Oh,
out.
don't laugh. I was 10 years old, you perverts. Jesus.
hear me out. Mom has a metal plate in her head, so
Sure.
any activity like this would register more in her offspring.
Wait a second. How do you know that it didn't happen? What if we were babies and it happened?
I am attuned
Oh no,
to
it's
this
an
stuff.
accident she had when she was a kid. Damn it.
Hit play. I'm attuned to this stuff, right?
Nickelodeon presents
Instantly, I'm awakened. I erupt from bed.
Instantly,
And it's like...
instantly, all I see is your hair.
And I'm like,
doing
I shake him awake. Come on, that's my sleep hair. What do you want?
sleep hair.
Yeah.
It looks like Lauren Holly and Jim Carrey actually had a baby after
A very attractive
That's all
baby.
it looks like. That's all it looks like.
An attractive and rich baby, I hope. I could sense that my little brother was getting a boner or something, so I run out on the lawn and find
No, I don't think that's true.
Shake him. Oh,
Well,
wait.
is that accurate?
Honey, you know, oh, whatever. It's like the friend in Freddy Krueger who's like, oh, you started bleeding for no reason, so
You
I
better
figured
wake up.
I figured I'd wake you up. Yeah, okay, I'm alive now. Thank you. Yeah, you gotta snap
See,
out of it.
I'm also,
You're too young.
You can actually also see him kind of laughing. 'cause
You
I know
are
it's
too
coming.
young.
Pete, starring Pete and Pete's brother Pete.
Oh, yep,
Today's
I did.
adventure-
He's seen the dark side.
I did.
He has touched the titty of the moon, I think, at this point. There's no going back. Well, let's see what happens with his new powers.
I didn't think the eclipse had affected Pete's vision.
Dipstick.
But I began to wonder.
Let's take a look at this. To me, this doesn't look like a Pete and Pete set dressing or production design.
Keep going back.
There's
Dipstick.
Dr. Dipstick.
That was how we cast him, right?
Yeah, look at that.
It's very, yeah.
This is our most Twin Peaks moment, I think, of the show.
I would agree. Yeah.
Early on, we peaked Twin
Stick,
Peaks.
stip.
Let's hope there was an adult in the room. Moving on.
The eclipse had affected Pete's vision.
Dipstick.
I began
Kipstig.
to wonder. Suddenly, he was impossible to beat at hide and go seek.
I see you.
Then he got a job at the airport inspecting luggage.
Yep.
A rare cameo from Pete and Pete co-creator Chris
Viscardi.
Viscardi,
Oh yeah.
who
Let's give Chris and Will a
Oh, very
round of applause.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have to give them-
who continues to be, he's still that much taller than Danny to this day.
Again, that was my dad's.
You're wearing your dad's
was
jumpsuit.
wearing my dad's jumpsuit.
How do you sell speakers in a jumpsuit? This is my question.
Well, you know, you do some things you shouldn't do, and they put you away for a little while, and then all of a sudden you're wearing a jumpsuit. And you want to keep it that way because when you get out, it makes you feel more comfortable.
Gotcha.
You've been ducked.
Thanks for bringing it up.
One zipper to rule them all.
When I caught him watching TV outside the house,
Classic.
I found
Also, another hilarious moment from a child being like, "This is what we're shooting right now. This is funny.
Classic
This
Nickelodeon.
is really funny."
Classic Nickelodeon theme. The kid watching the couch living room transported outside.
I got
But
iced tea.
still-
I got iced tea with a ton of ice cubes in it, a whole bag, a thing of popcorn.
Yeah, it's like your grandpa.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah,
it's-
my grandmother actually knitted that quilt.
But you know, this was like keeping the living room safe because it wasn't very far from where it actually needed to be. But this guy was
Right, but it couldn't be over the
becoming
fence.
an
It was
adult.
only be in the neighbor's yard.
in keeping with his X-ray vision and otherwise adultening.
my brother Pete had X-ray vision. Ellen was doubtful,
Okay.
but just to be safe, I made
So
a
we're platonic friends. We've already
What?
established this.
Loser you are.
What are you talking about?
She's a girl and she's a friend, but she's not my girlfriend.
And
but
you
here,
notice that.
wear this smock that they give you at the dentist because
Yeah,
my
you-
brother's a creep.
You notice that back in the
It's
patriarchy.
messed up.
Back in the patriarchy, I still felt like I needed to defend the bones and underwear of my friend who was not my girlfriend.
Clearly, you never knew
From-
what an X-ray looked like because you can't see anything.
From my creepster brother who was just starting to wonder what girls look like and suddenly had the power to find out what girls look like. So I was just out of an abundance of caution. There's always that plot in whatever show where the younger brother gets X-ray vision. You know the old
Goes
theme.
after your girlfriend.
Exactly. It's happened a million times. So obviously I had seen those shows and didn't want that to happen this time.
I made her wear a lead smock, like the kind of dentist uses. And even Superman can see her underpants.
Creeper.
And that's why I didn't get a girlfriend until I was, 27 years old. Because everybody would show them that.
Anime pillows do not count.
Yes, they do.
I can see her underpants through lead.
X-Ray Man, ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. You big old...
Directed by the great Catherine Diekman, one of the other co-creators of Pete.
Well, speaking of Pete,
See, that's how you know it's a good show. There's more than one person that helped to create it. Okay?
That takes credit for, of course.
3 brains instead of 1.
It's a nice mental picture.
Moving on
I was pretty pathetic myself. Thank you.
the last of these videos, and this is a classic called Artie, the strongest man in the world. Oh, fuck me, I don't know. All right, here we go.
It's not a show about adults. It's not about adults.
And when that's playing and you're talking, it doesn't work well. Let me rewind this.
Wow, you just got called out, dude.
It's not a show about adults. This is our first real intro to a stranger.
Every morning when we go out to face the 1440 minutes that make up our day, it's nice to know that Artie, the strongest man in the world, is out there, somewhere, looking after us.
Okay, couple things.
Couple things, more like 3 things, like 1 of one thing and 2 of another thing.
1 of one thing is that he's wearing wingtips and no socks. That is an Achilles heel nightmare.
Waiting to happen.
Okay.
We are so lucky we did not lose him to an ACL very early in the season.
This rig, whatever they're doing here, is great.
Come back a couple of frames there, Jeremy.
Yeah, I do see one problem. You see it, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfair.
We cast Danny out of the toy commercial circuit, where
Like that's a thing. Yeah, he ran, cross country for a while.
He had all gold medals,
did javelin, and then
750
he
cc's,
to
and
jump right into
the toy commercial circuit
toy acting.
really prides itself on sort of acting per second. So Danny, knowing that he was on screen, and that there was a superhero nearby, decided to just start reacting to the superhero before he was there.
Look, I'll tell you something else, okay? That gets ingrained in your brain when every time you do something like that, they're like, keep the toy. You get to keep it. So I'm like, oh, cool. So everything is just pre-acted because I want to make sure I do a good job so I get to keep the toy that I'm hawking.
Ellen and I are engrossed in some discussion about social studies or something.
And you took Toby home. That's what the.
But look, yes, you guys are doing exactly what you're supposed to, and I got yelled at a couple times being like, Danny, don't watch Toby jump down from the tree. I'm like, I'm 8 years old. It's really fun to watch him jump down from the tree. Please, just give me this. They're like, no, it doesn't work right. You can't. He's supposed to come down, and then you get scared or surprised.
Danny, don't look at the tree before Artie jumps out.
Toby grabs me from behind. He's like, kid, you're killing me. I'm like, Achilles heels are killing me.
First time we met him. First shot of the day.
I'd like to think that he was your mortal enemy off the camera, and then on camera he's your...
Sort of like a good wife thing. I like that.
There you go.
Out there, somewhere, looking after us.
Nickelodeon presents.
So I kind of figured it out.
With respect, Dan, coming from the toy commercial school of acting, has the best reflex time of the 3 of us. I had not done nearly as many toy commercials before.
Well, when you have to deal with the
Let's go back.
When you got to deal with the micro machines guy talking so fast, you got to know where you are in life. It's like he talks real fast. Well, I can make expressive faces faster than you can talk.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
All right, hit us.
So we got first, second, third.
But that's
Okay. I mean, you guys are really hitting on this. I was a little kid. Good. I'm glad you made fun of me.
I'm saying you had excellent reaction time due to the toy commercial school of acting.
Looking after us.
Nickelodeon presents The Adventures of Pete and Pete, starring Pete, Pete's Brother Pete, and...
So angry there. What happened?
Yeah, well, because I got yelled at a bunch
This
of
was-
times. I was like,
this
oh,
is-
cool, all right, fine.
This is
Look,
what we
how you
shot.
want me to react? Well, you know what? I'm rebelling right now.
This is what we
okay?
shot
I'm not giving
immediately
a shit
after.
about continuity for your show.
The pre-acting shot.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Recast the other Pete? I don't think so.
Listen, mister, I got 2 speeds. Toy commercial and sulk. It's my range.
Pete and me, Alice. Today's adventure...
Bertie, the strongest man in the world.
No one knows the full extent.
Toby's
also-
real. We went from stripes to stripes, which I thought was a real strength.
And I've gone from Lauren Holly and Jim Carrey to just Michael Rappaport. That's because your bastard child is Michael Rappaport.
the most non-threatening arms that only Spike Lee could find comforting on a white boy. Oh God, look at these arms.
And no freckles.
Full extent of his powers. But once he saved us from this maniac schnauzer.
Your kind never learns, does it, Flabby?
I was okay. If you go back, I was fake cowering. I'm actually smiling back there. I'm having a tough time.
I think you're actually pushing me.
I'm like, really, bro? Bro, you're really scared of this little dog? Okay, bro.
Well, what you didn't know, Michael, was that I was terrified of that little dog, okay? I didn't have dogs growing up as a kid. My parents bought a dog when I went to college. That's how messed up my parents are. That's not cool.
Grandma had a three-legged dog.
Your whole time you wanted a dog, Oh, you're going to college? Hey, guess what? We got a dog. It was a little dog, but this was a little dog, and I lived next to a little dog that bit me once, and I had to go get a rabies shot, and they stuck me in the stomach.
Really?
And,
That was I just figured it out. They didn't want to look at your ass. That's why you got the shot in the stomach. I finally figured out.
I just
that's why.
remember getting
'Cause
shot in the stomach.
I have never heard. Okay, there's got to be some rabies shots in the house. Tetanus shots? Anybody?
Not tetanus.
We're in Scranton, for God's sake. Oh, I forgot that all heavy
Someone's
industry.
got a rabies shot. In
all
there.
heavy
You got-
industry
you get-
already
you get
collapsed.
injected in your tummy.
Has anybody gotten a tetanus shot out there? Anybody?
I have.
Has anybody gotten a rabies shot out there?
I have.
Did anybody get one in the stomach?
I have.
You're the only one.
Well, statistically that's possible.
Did you
because-
wake up with one less kidney? In a bathtub of ice?
If it is any consolation, Dan, I know it's bad memories, but this dog and every other animal in Pete are dead. Let's move on.
Wow. Yeah,
He's right.
look who's still standing, Dan.
Well, I'll tell you what. The Gary and Clark, the lizards and the turtles from Pete, I got to take home because I wanted to keep them as pets.
It was too
And
expensive to
I
take
can assure
them over
you,
the bridge.
100% they are all dead. One of them, in fact,
Didn't survive the season.
no, it survived the season, but I got to keep the turtles, and they told you that you have to bring them outside so they get real sun, vitamin D, blah blah blah.
They don't know. They don't.
These are like red-eared sliders. They got out of the terrarium and they ditched. They ditched, but one of them came back. One of them was like, "This is a stupid idea. Where am I going to go? I need to get back to the terrarium," and was on the driveway of my parents' garage.
Yep.
Yeah, and my dad ran it over, and then I had to clean it up with a snow shovel. It was really hard for me. It was at the bottom too, because there's there's the drain for the rain, and I was like, well, I guess you're going in here now.
This is what New Jersey legislators passed, and Governor Jim McGreevey signed Clark's Law, which mandated humane burials for all pet
That's
turtles
true.
rather than flushing due to the
Teenage mutant, suburban, upper middle class, rich white dudes, turtles.
They read
It
it.
wasn't a good one. It wasn't. The concept was flawed from the beginning.
By making adventure baton, he flew all the way to Scandinavia. Another time, he protected us from the deadly wrath of the evil.
Favorite character.
She's like, oh, get off my lawn! And she really said it. They kept it in. It's so good.
It's like, what would make her better? A cigarillo.
Yeah.
It was
But
about
they dressed her up. They dressed her up like such a nice, grandma, floral colors. Looks like it's a soft cashmere sweater.
She looks like
you'd
a
give
cast
her a hug
member.
and you'd be like, oh man, grandma, you smell like Grandma.
She's a cast member of HBO's Girls. Look at this attitude. The interesting side note, we actually brought in Clint Eastwood just to direct this segment of this episode. We figured he knew the tone so well.
The evil Mrs. Gillespie, without even flinching.
Oh, first shot with a dry Toby. They shot him straight in the face with the hose and sputtering stop. They yelled cut.
This might be the time to also discuss the fact that both of our parents were a little uneasy with a character who dressed up in tights and neglected to wear underwear. So everybody could just see the outline of his junk.
I had no concept.
You can see it. This was on Nickelodeon. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oopsies.
Toby Huss. Let's give him a round of applause. Good for him. Good for him.
That's the only reason we were allowed to talk about this, because he says it's good for me.
He says his secret weapon is his costume. It's a 60-41.
True.
What's
the going rate for laundry service here in Scranton? Is it 50 cents a pound? Because it should be. That's a good price.
Definitely not.
It's a very good price, though, isn't it? Yeah. The old days, right, guys? When laundromats were 50 cents a pound.
$2 now.
$2.
Okay.
50
cents a pound. 50 cents a pound. Dump and run. Sounds like a Scottish pay toilet. Actually, they do. You know, like a buffet where
it's
a buffet where it's all you can eat, but if you don't finish, you gotta pay extra.
It's like when all your friends are like, "Hey, can you give me $1 a mile? I'm just running the dump and
run." I want you to sponsor me, man. The dump and run. Yeah, we're raising money for new garbage cans.
Our poop talk is way up this episode.
Yeah, we're very hot. Well, it's a Sunday.
I couldn't help but notice the mom. Go ahead, Jeremy. Roll that shit.
You just take it out of the dryer.
This poor mom. Come on back. She's shocked. Okay.
The kid doesn't even see what's happening, and she's such a proactive mom.
Big comic O-face. I think she might have also come from the toy commercial school of acting.
She did. She was my mom once.
She treats the girl like a doll and basically is about to throw her into the dryer and cook her on high for 30 minutes just to get the possibility that she saw superhero ass out of her eyes.
I think we need to have a talk after this.
No, look.
She's about pretty violent.
Watch. She's about to just
terrified.
to the sproing.
Definitely pre-acting for sure.
Yeah. She learned it from watching you, all right?
We did an Elio's pizza commercial together. She was my mom.
Noted.
And instantly, you're ready to fight.
What a funny guy.
A little bit safer with Artie on duty.
Oh, that Toby Huss.
Artie, the strongest man.
Very gifted actor. Very funny guy. Not the cleanest smelling guy on the set.
I mean,
shots, man. What the hell?
And I don't really remember. I was too young to remember people's vile smells. But I did hear about it, and I heard that it was stinky.
What?
Not me personally, but a friend of mine.
I'm sorry, we were having a moment. What are you talking about?
What?
What?
Just Toby being smelly.
Oh, great. Well, when we pull some of these old videos, we like to pull some that are Scranton local commercials, just to see if anybody in the building, if these hold up and you know what they are. This is from 1992. Oh no! You're gonna friggin' love it. Here you go.
We make the best apple juice, that's our claim to fame. 100% natural, fresh from the tree. Nothing more than just great apple juice, we got variety.
Yeah, take that, yeah! All of these they just seem seem like if you forgot to refrigerate them, they become boons. Just because it's just, I see what you Scranton people are doing. You're like, this is a way to cut through all those alcoholic blue balls and stuff.
It could be like
smart, very smart.
It could be like a two-step. Just pull out the tab and release the yeast and leave this in the sun for
look, you can
6
put
weeks.
you can put anything in a drink if you call it cocktail.
It's true.
That's really all I know.
Legally, it can be 89% ethylene glycol, and if it's still, you could clean your sidewalk and it's still call it.
Show of hands.
We're told
People, you guys know what this is. Everybody's seen this commercial in some shape or form?
Well,
Elliot's apple juice.
Chris Elliott was on Pete and Pete, and we told him it was a bad idea to get into the fruit juice business, but he didn't listen.
Look at him now.
If you spilled that onto your keyboard, that keyboard is done.
You know, I was thinking earlier, just looking in the mirror, doing some inspirational talks about the show to myself. I was thinking, the higher the hair, the closer to God. The higher the hair, the closer to God. And then the bigger bottle of better juice. When I first looked at it, I thought, the bigger the bottle, the better the juice. That's what I was thinking. I love Elliot's. We got it all the way in New York. I don't know if does that make sense?
Did you get that in New York? I mean, we're not that far.
We're not that far.
What's 100+ miles?
Is it plausible that they trucked that stuff to New York? Or am I having a false memory?
Well, yeah, and then, you know...
It was in plastic containers.
Then the New York ATF got a hold of it, and there was a whole problem.
A better juice.
You can get that at Stop and Shop.
You could get 4 or 5 flavors. That was like 12 flavors they just... Well, that you knew it was a problem then, too. Like, too many. Like, do 2 or 3 things real good, and a couple things okay. You don't need to go crazy. Papaya cocktail? Who the hell was drinking that?
It's like you're calling your watercolor a 16-color set when there's actually only 10, and you have to mix the other ones to make the rest.
Yeah,
This one, ladies and gentlemen, I hope is as big of a hit. I found it to be quite lovely. Out of focus.
Coming up next on Out of Focus, we team up with Northeast PA's #1 rock and roll band, the Badlees.
Does anybody know those guys?
What are they called? What's the name of that?
What?
The Badlees.
The Badlees. All right. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear. Someone's dad was a Badlees.
Personal connection here.
He wasn't the lead singer, was he? Okay.
Plus, we'll take you for a ride on the information superhighway.
That's not taking you anywhere. You are not going anywhere with those computers. I don't care what they say. That green hue is not taking you anywhere.
Where am I going to put the 10 hours free America Online CD into?
You wish you could put a
There's no slot to put a free America Online CD into that thing. How am I going to get on the internet?
And Love Stings, a look at romance in the bar scene.
Oh, nice.
Hold on, what's the name of that show?
Out of Focus.
Oh, so it's not just a clever name.
Wow. I mean, you know, we are pulling these clips off of YouTube, so I blame them.
Here comes the exciting part 2 to that.
Well, hey, thanks, man. We're the Badlees and make sure you
Wash your hands, bro. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, you know, that's the equivalent to us going, taking a crap and looking at our cell phones.
Hey, one second, I gotta buy a condom.
Giving to someone else to be like, all right, here's the bad Brulees. I know, it's the Badlees, I got it. I was trying to be fun. I'm gonna leave now. Damn it!
Well, hey, thanks, man. We're the Badlees and make sure to watch us tonight on Out of Focus.
That takes, yeah.
God, I used to love those. I was like 17 and I thought it was the coolest thing.
I used to play these games all the time. I always won a condom every single time I played. I never lost this game. It's I could play these until they broke like once, and then I could just wait for the repairman to get all my money back.
I don't want to, fingernail shame anyone, But that to me looks like a problem that somebody should be talking about.
That
I
could
just
be
saw it
YouTube.
now.
That could be YouTube.
Like, is he a flamenco guitar player or is he a singer in a rock and roll band? I don't know by that finger. I can't tell.
He could be the lead vampire in the Lost Boys.
Nice.
You remember his fingernail carving the wood off the railing.
Please make sure to watch us tonight on Out of Focus.
Elvis was on the show?
That's a Van Halen ripoff, 100%.
This is actually the first NPC meme I've ever seen.
That took somebody 27 hours to make.
2 editors died for this.
12 times as much computing power as put Apollo 11 on the moon.
You got the digital microwave oven. You got.
Weird Al really embraced that aesthetic so much in his video.
Out of Focus is Dire Straits sad. It's great.
All right, well, we're going to give you a round of applause.
Yes, that's for you, Scranton.
Yeah, thanks for sitting through this. There's got to be some, you've eaten your vegetables, there's got to be some dessert now, I hope.
Well, this is some sort of a dessert. It's, you know, going through commercials, and I thought, hey, you guys were in commercials.
Henry, will you please see what those boys are up to?
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Okay. Wait a second.
Your dad was a bartender at a sports
Couple things
bar?
you need to know. First of all,
Hey, fellas,
go
what do
back
you
a
be?
minute.
What do you got, fellas? What do you want?
That's Jussie Smollett, no big deal. And, you know, you can think what you want, say what you want. I'm just letting you know that he and I shared Mighty Ducks and wrestling buddies together.
Wow.
And I thought maybe from this he would have called me up to be like, hey man, you want to beat me up? But he didn't. He didn't. Well, that's what you get for having Macho Man Randy Savage as your guy.
I don't know, I think you both chose poorly.
Yeah. Well, I chose poorly here, but again, like I said, sometimes they would let you keep stuff, and I got to keep one, and they asked me which one I wanted, and I wanted Ultimate Warrior. I could say, fuck Hulk Hogan. That's me personally.
So you had to fight that kid to the death?
But I did. I beat the shit out of that kid, and then I said that he did it to me first. And wow, we've taken the wrong turn.
I see what
what do you want? What do you
learns.
want from me? My dad was a bartender. Hey, fellas, what do you want? Hey,
Dad, what's going on?
Who do you think you are?
Again, another toy commercial.
Toy commercial.
Toy commercial acting 101.
Yes.
Pop quiz hot shot. What do you do when the script doesn't call for you to be in frame at all?
It's Danny time.
It's Danny time.
What do you mean? Just take it easy.
Started from the background, now
I
we're
was
here.
in the back. We were all wrestling.
Started from the
as you're
background, now
supposed
is
to.
all the way
You're
here.
supposed to jump in and be like, hey, say
Started
the
from the
line on top of
background,
your
now we're
dad.
here. Started from the background, now he's all the way up here.
Acting into a mouth.
We did not make out. It was close, but we did not make out.
I don't know, did your dad just win the Super Bowl or something? Because you look like you're about to congratulate him.
Jeez. Yeah, you know what? That's what happens. I was taught to find the light, and well, you want to cut me out of this commercial? Sorry, pal.
What were you in?
You hired me. I'm gonna be there.
Were you a dental assistant? Where did you find this light?
I think I might be missing teeth in this commercial.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, not beforehand, but afterwards.
Very cute, Michael.
And there's no Smollett to be seen.
No, that's right.
AKA.
This is actually, I want to give a shout out to Hulk Hogan for being the inspiration for Bret Michaels in Flavor of Love. giving balding rockers everywhere the courage to just deny that shit for years. Deny.
Wrestling buddies want to be your buddies.
Henry, what's going on up there?
Nothing there.
This is
We also went to the same barber.
Come on back.
The same haircut. That's weird.
Oh God, I gotta leave my kid at Chuck E. Cheese while I bartend. He is so used to lying to wives, it is not funny.
And you can tell
he gets paid to do it. This is like a hobby for him on his off time.
this was also used in the Jussie Smollett case to show that he didn't know how to beat himself up.
Jesse Smolin is the Ted DiBiase of modern television.
Also, if you listen to the voice underneath, it's clearly the Boar's Head guy. Because on the Boar's Head commercials, Boar's Head Premium
WWF Wrestling Buddies. From Tonka.
You know, I just call it as I see it, so it's not a big deal.
Wrestling buddies, have it with mustard, have it with mayo.
Wrestling buddies, ladies and gentlemen. Not too bad.
That was my first anime doll that Mike was talking about.
You started small and you worked your way up. It grew with you. More stuffing had to be replaced after there's a lot of caking.
Okay, well, listen, I know
the upholstery held up, is all I'm saying, folks.
I know what you're saying. I need something all in one for that mildew, for that stain.
1983, we said we were getting 90s things.
We've switched, and you're going to find out why.
Know what you want from an instant mildew stain remover.
One that doesn't smell so bad.
Okay.
One that might...
So, wanted. A kid who looked like he might try oven cleaner as a snack. Somebody highly suggestible, vulnerable. I can't believe how many different stripes I got paid to wear back then. This is ridiculous.
Mike's been...
Like every single picture of me I have from back then, I'm wearing stripes.
Mike goes through every Goodwill in Brooklyn looking for that exact t-shirt.
Just trying to recapture.
Because it's hit now.
I have a picture of my son. Oh no, that's me. Forget it. Get a picture.
And open.
What clings instead of drips? It's got to work.
One that my son won't
Were you
huff.
only in that one part of it?
Easy off.
So, I thought it was good.
Low odor, child resistant.
Did you get to take that toy home, Michael? Because you probably shouldn't have.
They gave me a travel size because I just give me a little kid size. It was filled with just water.
I mean, it's a waste of...
I like he's looking off to camera too. He's like, he's like, what am I doing here? Am I getting paid for this? Oh, my mom is? Whatever.
One that might...
All right, give him a big round of applause for starting the off.
For all of you who didn't eat oven cleaner when you were younger, you can thank yours truly.
All right, do you have a couple more here? You want to do a couple more?
Sure.
I'm sorry, did you have oven cleaner when you were younger? Did you eat any?
I did eat oven cleaner once, but my mom is a nutritionist, so she had some all-natural stuff, and it smelled tasty, so I ate some of it.
She neutralized it with some baking soda. She just added
It didn't do anything wrong for me. Also, probably a couple years later, I said the F word to her.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was a problem, and she made me wash my mouth out with soap, but we didn't have a bar of soap, so she just squirted liquid soap into my mouth, and then I puked on her. So guess what? She never did that shit again, and I've been saying fuck ever since. So
never stop saying fuck. How many times have you thrown up on your mom since?
that might have been the last time I threw up on my mom.
That's progress. That's what we call progress.
Thanks for pointing that out, Michael. Makes me feel much better about myself.
You've come a long way, baby.
Speaking of vomit.
He said we gotta go to Friendly's.
Kids invent reasons to...
Hey! That was Raven Simone! Look.
That is so Raven.
Right, that is so Raven.
That right there is so Raven.
Look, I'll tell you something else. She didn't draw that. A 47-year-old art department guy drew that to try to look like a child.
No.
Because he gets paid to do that.
You said that's what you look like during the fitting. You came in with a mullet, and that was you.
I don't know. Is it me?
That's a drawing.
I don't know whose commercial this is yet.
Is it Friendly's?
Because I want the...
Oh, we do now.
I'm pretty sure I know whose commercial it is. I am pretty sure.
Oh, let's cast the kid that can't speak properly, because that's cute.
We couldn't find a hat to fit him.
What's the dog?
Regional commercial here, my Jersey accent, because I walk the dog.
It's not like you're saying wooter.
Because I want the dog.
You don't walk cats. Well, actually, some people do.
You don't eat those crinkle fries either. God, I hate those.
Hamburgers at Friendly's.
Did you do that on the set of Little Orphan Annie? What was the what was going on there?
That was Curly Sue.
That was Curly Sue?
I don't know. And the best part about that joke was that nobody gave a shit about Curly Sue.
Not until the Pepsi commercials. Then she was relevant.
Right.
Yeah. Of course.
Right. She buttons the commercial.
Ending the commercial with a button.
Great.
That is so Raven. That really is.
DT, this is a Friendly's commercial with Dan.
That's true.
You're a cutie.
I didn't.
I wanted to ask, did you audition for the commercial with your hat like this, and then they said, "Hey, come back and do the commercial like this"?
Yeah, maybe they do. I don't know.
That looks like the inspiration for your Grand Theft Auto character.
Well, here's the deal.
Around.
Let's just talk about Friendlies for a second, because that was a commercial that I did that I didn't get anything tangible to take home. And I was like, Mom, I really only want to do commercials that I can take stuff home with.
We've set a precedent.
You little mercenary.
It's like, do I get like gift cards or a free
you
supply of something like that?
My
and they're like,
God.
no, you don't get shit. But when you do food commercials like that, I did like a Tyson's chicken nuggets commercial when I was a little kid. That's a hard thing to do as a child, because who doesn't fucking like chicken nuggets? Everybody likes chicken nuggets, right? They're delicious. They're good. They taste good. And I had to take bites and be like, so good. You do that like 37 times. There's a spit bucket on the side, and the director keeps getting me telling me to like spit into the bucket. Like, no, you're good. You don't have to eat them all. I'm like, I'll be fine. I'm fine.
Danny, you're saying so good before
Like,
you even eat them.
It's like Danny's eating like 75 chicken nuggets in 45 minutes. Like, something's not right. The last take, he was like, chicken nuggets. He like puked all over the place. The guy's like, see, I told you to use the spit bucket. And I said, well, I'm 8 years old, sir, and I like chicken nuggets, and you're telling me to eat them. What am I supposed to do? I learned a valuable lesson about eating chicken nuggets that day.
So I figured for sure, because I almost remember these bouncing around as currency when I was younger. Gift certificates for free Friendly Sundays. I figured you'd got a stack of them.
Nothing. Not a single stack. Not a single stack.
This was straight up teacher bribery back in the day. I knew that it came out like that. Right? And then I always lived in dread of parent-teacher conference night. Like that was never a rite of reward for me. That was a night of hiding from my parents, and then eventually receiving.
Did they tell them everything I did?
Yeah. But for good kids, I know that Friendly's Sunday coupons were a good thing. They got the little McDonald's things.
The booklet, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're gonna finish this little segment up with a fucking classic, man. I don't know what to say about it.
Hello, Stuart. So you're Abigail's special friend from the office.
Yeah,
Special friend from the office.
Plans for the future. Well, I wouldn't mind living here.
First of all, between the Olay tattoo and the very wet T-shirt, I thought that I was auditioning for XXX because I had gotten the flag tattooed on my chest and was actually just wearing a shoulder holster with a very advanced gun. That's what I told myself.
What's going on with the facial hair? Is that your own? Did you come to the shoot like that, or did they say, hey, let's make you a little more edgy and fuck up your sideburns?
I woke up like this that day. I probably showed up with a full beard and said, have at it. Do your worst. And they did. And they did. To my surprise, they did. But beyond that, go ahead, Jeremy.
Well, I wouldn't mind living
Hold on.
here. No, what?
You gotta go back just a little bit. Beyond that, I brought my own toothpaste white boy dreads to the game that day. These were entirely my own art school creation. I did not,
Did you get extra credit for that?
I was not encouraged to get those. I got extra bad stares in the hallway.
I can see that.
Extra crusty laundry? I don't know.
What's your passion, Stuart? I like to trade online. You ever heard of a marriage?
Extra crusty pillowcase from the safety pin that I had put through my ear at that point. I remember this thing.
That was the last time you wore white sheets.
I understand. I remember this thing getting me in trouble in a soccer game at some point during college, but I'm so glad that it never got caught on anything and got ripped off.
I'm not. That would have been a good story to tell you guys. You should make one up.
So there I was. My team was down 1-0. Red card, and I had to head in the only goal, but I used the side of my head. And the safety pin punctured the soccer ball instead of it, and it over the line, 1-1.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, we went to penalties.
I smell Mighty Ducks 5.
Save the
But
game.
the soccer version, whatever that is. What is the soccer version of Mighty Ducks? Oh, Ladybugs.
Yes.
It has to be Ladybugs.
What?
Yes.
No. There's no Bad News Bears of soccer.
Yeah, the
There's not.
Ladybugs was definitely a band. Jonathan Brandis and Rodney Dangerfield. if
It's
I'm not
as
mistaken.
you like it. It's a Shakespeare. play.
This is a conversation to have in the van on the way home.
Yeah, totally. We're
sorry,
talking to the Bad News Bears on skates, okay? That was me.
Yeah, dream casting.
Someone who was in the Mighty Ducks but wasn't in the other two, but my apartment is D2 in the city, so I'm always in D2. Which is fucked up. That's a mind fuck that I have to live with every day of my life.
Don't worry, dude. They'll always reboot it on Netflix.
But the second reboot I'm not a part of.
I'm a stockbroker, son.
Dad, he only pays $8 a trade.
Give a kid a computer and thinks he can beat the
Is that a real tattoo?
That's a real tattoo. Okay. I'd like you to think that I brought in a pack of Newports and said, "Give me a tattoo like this," but I didn't. In Alphabet City, the tattoo place had opened up around the corner for me, and I walked to a local newsstand and I picked out a newspaper, and I really liked the print on the newspaper, and that's how I got to draw that tattoo.
Isn't that just print?
I didn't have him lay the newspaper on my arm and trace it out.
Is that sans serif?
No,
Or Verdana?
it's not Comic Sans either. That would be the ultimate nightmare. Like, what tattoo would you not want to have from the '90s? Like maybe a you've got.
Yeah, you would not want to have that one from the 90s.
Tribal.
Not a problem. Yeah, your powers combined, Captain Planet. It's still there.
If you had that Olay and Courier new, it would be twice the size because that's how you fattened up your papers back in the
After
day.
the bad sunburn I got on July 4th, the Olay is now more of a.
Beat the market. I don't want to beat the market. I want to grab it, sock it in the gut a couple times.
This poor young lady was getting whiplashed by my moist.
Hey, you didn't see her hair and her head looking.
She was getting whiplashed by my moist white boy toothpaste shreds, that dripping with chlorine, pool water. This poor young lady.
It smells like Colgate.
Sock it in the gut a couple times, turn it upside down, hold it by the pants, shake them out to all those pockets in there, all that spare change. Let's see.
The dad immediately regretted the decision to tell his daughter that this boy could come over. One look.
The safety pin got rusty, and I had to pull it out with.
No, come on. No.
Yes, the safety pin got rusty.
And that's why you have 4 toes. Moving on.
That explains a lot about the last 10 years of our lives together.
What?
Yeah, you should get a tetanus shot.
I got that shot a while ago.
Let's give him a round of applause for that. That's a lot of pins.
That's a lot of tetanus.
Tattoos.
Yeah. Still, again, anybody. When I got my tetanus shot, I did not get it in the stomach. Did anybody? Only
When you
bud.
get a rabies shot, it's different than a tetanus shot,
Only
Michael.
you. Stephen King would have done a book about that.
I think
I'm
you should
pretty
just
sure.
Google it one day and be like, do they give shots in the stomach to children in the 80s? And they could be like, yeah, it was cytosine, or yeah, it was...
An LL Cool J album is going to come up.
Mama said punch you in the stomach with a needle. I don't know.
Typically at this point, we'll take a few questions, but if you could just think about those, if you have any questions for the boys, I did have another local commercial that I didn't play that we should just take it out, because it's fucking insane.
We have an adult female in serious condition. You need to contact her family immediately.
That dog's dead too.
Maybe we can help.
Emergencies like these happen all
Is
the
this
time.
Scranton in 1988? Is this what it was like here? God damn! What the hell is going on here?
Now there's the family notification system. We're operating 24 hours a day, every day.
Just get through your cubicle and
that's
keep an
what-
eye on your family.
Well, they went out of business because clearly they had too many people working for them.
This is from The Matrix. This is Neo right here. He just left his cubicle. It's exactly like The Matrix.
Prequel.
Your son's been found. We have another
Your
new call.
son's been found.
Good news, honey.
Whoa! I just called 1-900-820-FINE and I just got charged $150 to find out that my kid was in his bed in our room.
Sir, it's never a good thing when they use the passive voice. Your son was found. Your son didn't find himself. Your son was found.
Your son's been found.
See, your son's been found!
Specially trained operators link loved ones and pets. Notify family members in emergencies.
Yeah. You know, he won't remember that number. He's going to go, it was 815 free find mommy? I don't know.
They said take $50,000 to the Delaware water gap and throw it on a tube and float it down the river and then they'll tell you what to do next. Yeah, if you ever want to see me alive.
Arrangements when needed.
Yes, plus the book that paid for and you'll be with your grandmother tonight.
Members receive
People lost the grandma.
personal ID number and our toll-free phone.
That's gonna do it.
If that had a radio intercom system on it, I would have been on board
It's
already.
a sticker on the back of a watch.
It's a sticker.
It's
It's not reliable. It's not going to get you in touch with anybody.
There's this coffee shop I go to in Brooklyn, and they give you a stamp for every time you go in there and get a coffee, because every 10th one is free. And I have my cell phone back has like a little place to hold cards, and my sweaty ass, I guess, got them hot.
You erased
and I
all
pulled
the
them out,
stamps.
and all the stickers are gone. All the stamps are gone. So I feel like this is fraud right here.
Oh, bro, we're seeing
This will end badly for everyone. Oh, I know what to do. It says
Let's give this guy CPR. No, man, check under his watch first.
And our toll-free phone number. Their vital information is keyed into computers for immediate access. For a $10 charge, your own membership will begin. And
that person right there, he discovered the I've fallen and I can't get up. And he left that job quick. And then that's how that business went under, because he undercut everybody and was like, look, Life Alert is exactly where we need to be in life.
What if we
Just
put the
push a
watches
button?
on a string? That's
You know what I
basically
mean?
what it was.
Learn how to register your children, family members, close personal friends, and pets with the status of world events today. You need the family notification
Your
system
son has
now
been
more than ever.
found.
Okay, let's give a
I
round
like
of
that you
applause
had to show that one anyway.
for that weirdo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I had to do it. But yes, we've come to the time of the evening. I hope you've been mushing around.
I said it at the
Deep
top.
track.
I said it at the top.
Pete and Pete.
The tattoo wasn't real. Please don't ask me about it. Okay?
Happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Who's got one?
Especially injections.
Don't be shy on a Sunday night, all right? Or we can end this early, or you can ask us questions, or we'll ask each other questions.
No, we can take it. The questions, no problem.
Right,
yes.
You were part of a video of a band called XYZ Affair.
Yeah, I did do a video.
Because like it was a Evil Dark Star, and I think
It was a Nickelodeon themed video, because I think Jason Zimbler was also there, who played Ferguson in Clarissa.
Red hair,
Don't
old
care.
hair.
Red hair, don't care. Right. But yes, that happened. It was fun.
what did that come to fruition though?
I think it was probably an early, like, online through social media.
Hit him up
something
on
like that.
MySpace.
Yeah. They
He's
found.
like, put me in your top 8, and I will
They found
put you in
my.
a video.
They found my angelfire.com page.
Nice.
It had a contact.
Nice.
It had a contact.
Between that and GeoCities, it's fine. One of the others.
We shot it all in one day. I was living in Greenpoint and rode over to like this other part of town where my friend had lived across the street from a huge Boar's Head warehouse. And in the summer it used to stink something awful. And this whole band was living in a building a couple of blocks from there that just looked like it was the only thing on the block, and everything else was like junkyards and stuff like that. And all these fresh-faced looking rockers crammed into this apartment to shoot a music video. It was a lot of fun. And then it turned out that Mark Summers did not want to get messy or dirty. And I think that might have been part of the. I think that might have been part of the video.
All right. Anybody else out here? Anybody else with a question? Back in the back.
What were your favorite episodes?
Ooh.
Sure, I like Tool and Die and Rage Boy in the first season. Those were really good. And the baseball episode, Field of Pete, in the second season was great.
That was a good one, yes. I was partial to Hard Days Pete. Halloweeny was a real good one. And I can tell you the episode that Mike Maronna hates the most is the New Year's episode, because I narrated it and he's pissed off that I didn't do a good job.
Oh, New Year's
It's
Eve
still,
sucks.
It's still,
Oh my God,
still,
does not hold up.
27 years to the day.
Does not hold
he
up.
still bitches about it.
It's tarnishes a real,
Look at
potential pearl, because
I set him up for this.
Debbie
He's
Harry,
being serious.
Debbie Harry is in it. I had my first kiss with Pete and Ellen. Have their first kiss,
Oh, right.
albeit through plastic, but it's still a kiss.
True.
We're wearing a hazmat suit, and a lot of themes are sort of planted there that hatch throughout the season.
A smoking crossing guard.
Exactly, and it's
what do you have on Nickelodeon? No, you can't say, we couldn't call Miss Fingerwood
Miss Finger
Hut
Hut,
because that was
that was probably
too
a corporate,
weird.
That was a
But you
corporate
could have the crossing guard smoking cigarettes and blowing them into the kid's face. Yeah, I remember now.
He had like
That's
white.
okay.
He had white gloves that were like burned down to different lengths too. It was it was scrappy as hell.
Right here.
I would argue that Pete and Pete is just probably the most unique, especially for kids, television show of all time. I'm a huge Twin Peaks fan, David Lynch fan. It almost seems now Pete and Pete was almost like David Lynch for kids. Like David Lynch was on Nickelodeon.
Sure.
Right. I mean,
They gave it the Wonder Years meets Twin Peaks approach.
do you think anything else has been made since then for kids, and how do you feel being a part of something that was pretty unique, especially with the cast of celebrities that you had on the show?
No, nothing.
I don't think. I mean, I do think it is pretty unique to our show.
Stranger Things, maybe.
There's some stuff maybe in Stranger Things. We say Malcolm in the Middle was unfair, and it hurt our feelings. Basically, our show. I think didn't John Edward also shoot some of that? They took some of our. So that show and Scrubs. If you watch Scrubs,
Have a similar aesthetic.
they have a very
As far-
similar aesthetic to
as far as the
Pete
camera
Davis,
work.
and it's because of John Inwood, who is one of the DPs.
Who shot the Halloween episode was his first foray into the show and had a real look.
Speaking of the Halloween episode, you guys are going to be the first to know this, but we're designing new Danny and Mike podcast Halloween shirts for the Halloween. So give us a look on the adventuresofdannyandmike.com. That's fresh
He
information.
gave his $25 back, folks. Good job. Good job.
Breaking news.
It's my favorite time of the year. Any more questions?
When,
right here?
when the pumpkin spice
Yes,
is
in the way
flow.
back, Casey.
I know what the show is. I really like bullies on the show, Endless Mike and people card and kids saying who was your favorite bully on the show?
Oh, favorite bully? Paper
open-
cut for me, for
Open
sure.
face for me.
Open face was a good one.
Yeah.
Open face is a good one because he showed up with all his own gear too, just because.
Oh yeah, he rode motocross, so he just came already dressed in his wardrobe, just like he's ready to demolish me.
And Endless Mike was like the best villain to love hate. He was like our version of
Fonzie.
Oh, Fonzie? Did people hate Fonzie? I always liked him. I thought
After
he was cool.
the-
I thought he was cool.
I was obviously Richie Cunningham.
No,
so
I'm thinking about the character of Walter White, where you wanted to like him in the beginning, and you're like, oh, he's a piece of shit, and then you're like, oh, he's kind of cool. No, he's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
That's how I feel. Anyway, they stole that from us too. We're waiting on residuals for that too. I think that show did pretty good.
All right, got one more. Got time for one more. Ready? Anybody?
Was it really hot that day, or did you guys think how hot it was?
You talking about the summer, the what we did on a summer vacation episode
We
when
did
the
shoot
ice
it
cream
in July
guy?
and August.
There was a lot of so they would put a little shelf and attach it to the camera dolly and light a couple of cans of Sterno, and that's how they do the effect where the stuff with everything was just waving, the heat.
Yes.
It was a really neat setup for all the little Pete and his cronies all like stuck in the melted tar in the street. That was That was my favorite shot to watch set up from inside of an air-conditioned room. It was just, it was a real joy to just watch the process and take it all in.
What is this call for? Well, it's 95 degrees out there, and Danny got to be wearing a long-sleeve turtleneck sweater.
We're realizing your vision. Day one of this job. Day one of this job. I met this guy, and I had to, you know, run around and show my bony ribs because I'm in an alley and I'm running around in our bathing suits. Day one. They bury this kid in a hole in the ground. He's wearing like a thick, fluffy flounce, and they bury him in a hole in the ground. And I've never stopped wearing lighter clothes than him ever since then. He's taught us, and we have $1 billion idea on the podcast. It's going to be a paper towel tank top. Thank you very much.
Paper towel tank top.
You guys have been great. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scranton, PA, good morning.
Thank you guys for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it so much.
Yes. Give yourselves a round of applause. We have a podcast called The Adventures of Danny and Mike, we pre-mentioned, and we're doing these shows all sort of around, so if you're bouncing around the country, come see us.
We have at least 2 other versions of this show, the videos that we have, so you can at least catch it 3 times.
Different commercials, different anecdotes.
Yeah.
Different insults.
Oh, I could have said a lot tonight, but it's Sunday.
Let's give them a big round of applause. Danny Tamberelli, Michael C. Maronna, my name is Jeremy. Thank you so much for coming out. See you next time.